exchange, and I know he's faster than most. He's more explosive than most, but at the same time, he's shown in the past that he can get careless and that he's going out there just to fight, and I don't think when you get higher and higher, that's going to be enough.
Eddie said this would be a massive fight, you versus him.
That third round, I watched it. Like I said, I watched it like three times, and just me being on some lazy stuff, and you can't do that. You can't be being on lazy type time. But it looked from I see what people were saying, it looked crazy. But if you really sit there and watch it, like I wasn't hurt. If you really sit there and watch, I wasn't hurt because
just doing whatever happens, and then whatever it's gonna be is what it's gonna be.
He ain't that damn good, Sean, that he could do that.
He's that damn good, but when moments like that happen against this level, a 23-year-old, when that moment happens against a 23-year-old, is different from when a moment like that happens against a Vergil Ortiz, a Sebastian Fundora. Not only are they more mature, but they're also more experienced in the ring. He does not get
real strong guy. His knockout ratio is very high. What he got, like one, maybe two fights where it wasn't a KO?
Yeah, yep.
Xander don't have a high knockout rate, right?
Right.
13 KOs.
Out of how many fights?
Was 25?
13 and 23 wins.
Okay.
Which is kind of low in the beginning of your career. Usually you know.
Yeah. Put me to a higher standard than these other guys. People know that my skills and my abilities, on a whole nother level. And these guys don't do what I do, but you got them some little haters or people that want to critique this or say that. But when these other guys be fighting, they be getting hit left and right, leaving out the ring, bleeding, all types of stuff, eyes closed. Like when I left the ring, I hadn't had no cuts, no bumps. My eyes wasn't swollen, nothing. Like I went in the ring the same way. I went in the ring and came out the ring the same exact way. So I don't know. It is what it is.
The boxing world is buzzing right now, and for good reason. One of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of our era, Terence "Bud" Crawford, just dropped a massive reality check on the sport's fastest rising star, Jaron "Boots" Ennis. Boots has been making headlines, claiming he is ready to wipe out the division and build an undeniable legacy. But Bud sees something else entirely. Crawford believes Boots is hiding a fatal mistake, a flaw so glaring that if he steps into the ring with a destructive force like Vergil Ortiz Jr., he's going to get knocked out cold.
Like he did the last time, Ortiz gonna finish him.
Wow.
So he gotta tighten up his defense.
10 steps behind you, right?
He gotta tighten up his defense.
Today we are breaking down why Crawford says Boots is walking into a trap, the explosive social media beef that followed, and the truth behind the vulnerability that could end the Ennis hype train forever.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Microsoft Theater here in downtown Los Angeles, brought to you by Sean Porter Promotions.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Porterway Podcast. As promised, we are live today. And like I said, around the country and with two T's back home in Las Vegas. How you feeling, baby?
I'm blessed, man.
But you at home?
To understand what Crawford means, we have to look closely at the aftermath of Boots Ennis' clash with Xander Zayas. On paper, it was another showcase of speed and power, but inside the ring, things got dangerously sloppy. In crucial moments, Ennis abandoned his head movement completely. Instead of using the sharp defensive IQ that got him to the top, he started throwing caution to the wind, getting drawn into wild exchanges just to entertain the crowd. While fans cheered, elite analysts shook their heads. Fighting just to put on a show might work against good opponents, but against world-class destroyers, leaving your chin hanging in the air is a guaranteed recipe for disaster.
My God. But the thing is, you could tell that in his brain he was okay because he was weaving punches, right? And being defensively sound and slugging back because his head was okay. But he was getting wobbled again and again and again because physically he wasn't all the way okay. And now we know how Boots react when he gets hurt. It's not about being impervious to power punches. It's not about never getting touched, never getting hit. That's a weird thing that boxing fans do to judge fighters. It's about learning a lot about yourself. And it's about the fans learning a lot about you. How does this fighter react when he gets hit with a hard punch? How does he react when he gets hurt? How does he bounce back? How does he recover? It's not about never hitting the ground. It's about how do you get up? So shout out to Xander Zayas. Shout out to Boots Ennis. My take is the product that they gave us was exciting. It was on some Hagler Hearns type shit. And for a boxing fan, there's no way I'm going to criticize that when they blew the roof off. But number two, I understand that many times a boxer got to fight. Emmanuel Stewart said there is nothing greater in boxing than a knockout. So Boots got us there with many knockdowns and then stopped him. He bullied the big man. And Xander Zayas saying, I'm not going to get outboxed all night. You found out the first round he can't do it, and he ended up hurting Boots the worst he's ever been hurt. I'm sorry, you guys. I know you guys going to say, well, never get touched, never give us excitement, just dominate everybody and just be slick and punch and then move away and then tap. That shit, nobody's trying to see.
It didn't take long for the rest of the division to notice those defensive holes, and Vergil Ortiz Jr. was the first to strike. Almost immediately after the fight, Ortiz took to social media and went viral with a terrifying promise. He boldly claimed that if Boots showed up with that same exact defense against him, he would sleep him. This wasn't empty trash talk, it was a legitimate warning. Ortiz possesses a relentless forward pressure style fueled by massive power. He thrives on breaking down opponents who leave openings, making him the worst possible nightmare for a fighter who trades punches with zero defense. If Ennis gives Ortiz those same angles, the fight might be over fast.
Critical about Boots, yes, specifically, primarily because I wanted you on here for this. Now, the kid is not game planning. The dad is not game planning. They're showing up to the ring. They're showing up to the ring. And they're just doing whatever happens, and then whatever it's gonna be is what it's gonna be.
He ain't that damn good, Sean, that he could do that.
He's that damn good, but when moments like that happen against this level company, a 23-year-old, when that moment happens against a 23-year-old, is different from when a moment like that happens against a Vergil Ortiz, a Sebastian Fundora. Not only are they more mature, but they're also more experienced in the ring. He does not get out of those moments. Out of that moment with those guys. And I was talking to somebody. Go ahead.
To Sean's point, I think, Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, what you're getting at is even Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan needed the triangle. Even, Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, he needed a Bill Belichick system. And you need a system and a coach with the game plan to execute at the highest level.
I'm talking to somebody last night.
Then came the ultimate verdict from the master himself. Terence Crawford chimed in on X, and he did not hold back. Bud didn't merely critique the tactical errors, he completely dismissed the idea that Ennis is anywhere near his level right now, stating flat out that he is 10 steps ahead. Crawford pointed out that elite level fighting is a high stakes game of chess, not a street brawl. He explained that a fighter has to possess immense patience and supreme ring IQ qualities Boots heavily lacked when he decided to recklessly brawl instead of box. According to Bud, making a mistake against a precision puncher means paying the ultimate price. His message was clear. Ennis's offensive obsession is creating massive defensive gaps.
I think it's going to be different when he goes up against a Fundora or a Vergil, because if one of those guys get him hurt like Xander did, I don't think it's going to be the same outcome.
You better believe Boots wasn't just going to sit back and take the criticism. In the post-fight press conference, a fired-up Ennis threw shade right back, especially targeting Ortiz's viral threat. Instead of getting defensive about his own performance, Boots flipped the script and pointed out what he sees as blazing hypocrisy. He essentially asked the room, is this the same Vergil Ortiz who has been dropped and hurt on the canvas multiple times? Boots was quick to remind everyone of Ortiz's absolute war with Serhii Bohachuk, where Ortiz was heavily damaged.
Vergil came out and said that he was going to sleep you. So I just want to know your comments on those.
Why he ain't take the fight in the beginning? You know what I'm saying? Bro, I ain't be talking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to tell you, I'm really different. He gonna see firsthand. Because he gets hurt a lot. He flat-footed, and he been dropped multiple times.
when he get hit by me, it's gonna be different. I'm trying to tell y'all.
What would you grade your performance?
My performance today, I gotta go back and watch it. I'll probably give myself like a C though. I know I'm way better than that, you know. And like a C plus, you know. I'm way better than that, you know. I was into the corner a little bit, not too much, you know. They was telling me to do speed, and I was one shot popping. It's the shots that you don't see. I should have been using a little bit more speed, but everything is gonna be good. You know, we're gonna go back to the the lab and get ready. And take over this division, sharpen up.
The argument is simple. People can question Ennis's defense all they want, but so far he has an iron chin. On the flip side, Ortiz lives in a glass house when it comes to taking heavy shots.
And lie, he also said he was 10 steps ahead of you. There seems to be some friction there. I know it's something that dates back. Are you surprised to see this after a win of that caliber?
No, I don't even care. None of that stuff don't bother me.
But it would be a massive fight, right? I feel like he's going to come back at some point, and I think that you could be the guy to bring him back. And that's a big money fight for you.
We'll see. As of right now, he retired. So he what do you say? He said he joined his retirement, right? So
yeah, that's probably the biggest money fight for you, right?
You could say that probably, but there's other big fights out here for sure too, though. So
do you consider him a hater?
I don't consider him anything. I don't even care. Like okay. I people just keep asking me questions about it. I don't even pay him no mind. I don't pay none of these people no mind. Don't ask me no questions about him. For real. That's how I feel.
I understand. It's just new stuff. When that's being tweeted like seconds after the fight, it's hard not to ask you about it. You understand, right?
No, for sure. But I don't be caring. That's why
I got you.
What I'm saying.
While the internet was busy tearing apart the performances, another fascinating layer to this drama emerged regarding Xander Zayas. Rumors started swirling online, with critics accusing Zayas of having a lack of heart and wanting to quit during the toughest moments. Surprisingly, Terence Crawford stepped up to defend the young fighter. When people pointed out Zayas glancing toward his corner, Crawford shut down the quitting narrative. He explained the deep psychological reality of being inside the ring. A young athlete looking to his trainers during a vicious beating isn't a sign of cowardice. It is a primal survival instinct. You are looking for guidance, for a lifeline in the middle of a storm. It was a rare moment of insight from Bud.
So my breakdown with Boots and Xander is, I felt like Xander fought the wrong fight, but, a lot of people knew Xander was green and he was taking a fight too soon. But at the same time, you can't exchange with somebody that's faster than you and more athletic than you. So I thought that was the wrong game plan in his own right. Boots is more faster, sharper, especially in the exchanges. And I think that's what led Xander to get hurt the times that he did get hurt, because he got caught with a shot that he didn't see.
Hey, but speaking to that though, real quick, and I'm sure you're going to agree with this. He had to, at some point, find moments to exchange with Boots in order to try to get off. I think ultimately that was how he was able to land that big punch that he landed in the third round. He had to be able to take chances, but the green in him didn't have the understanding as to when to take those chances.
That's my point. That's where experience come into play.
Yeah.
Knowing when to exchange, when not to exchange. When to move, when to hold. Like if you watched when he got real hurt, real bad, he didn't know when to hold. And we all yelling like, grab him. He's right there to be grabbed.
Yeah.
And, the Puerto Rican heart in him led him not to grab and take more punishment than needed. So it was a great fight. Boots showed heart. He showed grit. Xander showed tremendous heart. But I just think, going forward, both of them going to have to sharpen up.
Sure.
The 154-pound landscape is an absolute minefield right now, and the chaos doesn't stop with Ortiz. Boxing expert Timothy Bradley Jr. recently broke down the division and highlighted another massive roadblock, Sebastian Fundora. On paper, Fundora's towering height, freakish reach, and incredibly awkward volume punching could give Boots a serious headache. It isn't about traditional boxing skills, it's about dealing with a physiological nightmare. However, Bradley dropped a bomb of his own, criticizing Fundora's team for dodging the smoke. Despite having a full year to fulfill mandatory obligations, they have suspiciously avoided a clash with Ennis. The unspoken truth seems to be that while everyone is eager to critique Boots online, very few are actually willing to sign a contract and step into the ring.
Boots versus Vergil is probably a bigger fight and a bigger it could turn out to be a much better fight. I think both are warriors. Boots just showed it. And I think style-wise, it's a beautiful fight.
You know, you're picking Fundora. Is that based off of, you know, Boots getting hurt, or is that just because Fundora's kind of been on a roll recently?
But both. You know, I think after we all seen that Boots does get hurt and he got hurt, I think everybody could feel the same way about Fundora versus Boots, Vergil versus Boots. You know, Fundora is showing that he's got great power too, but he's just too awkward, too difficult, too tall for anybody. So that's why, you know, that's my opinion. I could be wrong, and Boots goes and destroys Fundora. That'd be beautiful too. You know, he's in boxing. He's a great name for boxing. Great fighter that could become the next big superstar also. But look, I have Vergil in the same weight division. So obviously we have to also push for that. You know, because I believe Vergil beats him. I think Vergil hits him. Vergil knocks him out. So it's hopefully Boots doesn't take that Fundora fight, because, you know, weeks to make the fight, but coming off a loss might not be that interesting. I want him to be a champion.
So where does this leave the most spectacular yet scrutinized fighter in the sport? Top trainers like Robert Garcia are aggressively demanding an Ennis versus Ortiz matchup to happen immediately, predicting it would be an absolute bloodbath and a guaranteed fight of the year contender. The pressure is mounting, the Legacy Tour is fully underway, and the world is watching closely. Boots Ennis has undeniable talent and terrifying power, but the hurdles standing in his way, Ortiz, Fundora, and the shadow of Crawford, are monumental. The burning question remains, will Jaron Ennis tighten up his defense and prove the legends wrong? Or will Terence Crawford's dark prediction become a brutal reality, leaving the boxing world to watch its brightest young star fall? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.